I was watching the videos and I like that effect where you could basically take a person or an object, bring them out to the front, and then push them back into the picture. And I decided to try it myself and realized there were some things you need to be aware of when you do it. So I decided to kind of show you how to do it and list some watch outs you might want to be careful about. So here we go. This is the picture on PaintShop Pro, and I want to do is take this individual and want to cut him out. So I'm going to click the selection tool. I will choose, in this case here, they have multiple selections, and I choose the freehand selection. Edge Seeker. Take your feather down. I'm going to take mine down to 5 because I don't want much of a feathered edge. I want it pretty sharp. Then go down and start clicking on the individual. So you click and just basic. I'm going to do it fairly quick, so it won't be as clean as time-taking to say you would do it, but just basically drawing them out. And what I'm doing is I'm drawing along a little bit at a time, and then clicking the left mouse button, and that causes it to select. Get to the bottom, go all the way over, and now I'm going to right click, and you see the individual's now selected. Okay, how do you promote this into a new layer? You click this here and make sure it's in the pick mode, and then just click on it. There, it's promoted. I now have 2 images. I have the original image, which you see there, and if I then I also have the picture of him separated. So I've got 2 pictures. Now that I've got this done, the next thing you need to do is to save it. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to do a save. And when you save it, excuse me, it's going to want me to change the format. That's what it's warning you about, and I'm going to say no because I need a file save as. So do a file save as, because the picture I pulled in was a JPEG. So this time I needed to save it as a PSP image, and it recognizes that if I want those layers to show, it needs to be a PSP, so it defaults to PSP image, and then you give it a name. Now I've already saved it once, and that's why you see the test photo there. So I'm not going to save it again, but the key is that you need to do a save as, and be sure and do it as a PSP image. If you just save it, it'll probably go back in as a JPEG for you. Okay, I'm going to cancel this. Now I'm going to go over to VideoStudio. I'm using version 6 of VideoStudio. I've already got the image right here. I've already saved it. This is it, excuse me, right here. It's called the test photo. So you take the image, click on it, and the watch out you have to be careful of. I'm going to do it wrong first to show you what will happen. Go to Preferences. I'm going to take this here and have it checked. Okay, I'll show what happen if this is checked. Again, I also know that this has multi-layers because the photo has these little like folders here in the upper right hand corner. So let's go and pull it down here and there. Now I'm going to make it bigger so I'll fit project to timeline. And this is what I thought. I'll probably end up with some junk. Oh, there it is. We got it all. Do it again. Let's put it down there. There we go. All right, nice and clean. So if you notice now this image, this test image, down here the layer that I pulled loose, it's not in sync anymore. It's all distorted. And that's because of that being checked. So if I clear this off and go back to Settings, Preferences, and be sure on the Edit to have this section here unchecked, and then put this down onto it, it's now working. So if I was to, I'm going to click for just a second, click on it. So that's my background image, and this is my image of the individual. You can see it's got it highlighted here. This is all the image is. So how do I get that to pull out? Well, this is how it's done. Or one way I can do it, that's for sure. I'm going to right click, choose Custom Motion. That's new in 6. Excuse me. And then I'm going to stretch it out. Now be careful, do not have the little dot. If you have the little dot there, it will distort itself, and you do not want it to distort. So be sure and move it over and get the double arrows. I stretched him out. Maybe too much, we'll see. It is. So I'm going to shrink him back a little bit. Move him up. Yeah, that's what I want right there. So the other thing I want to try to do is make sure that the path, which is this little line here, pretty much lines up. And that's good enough. So now, if I scrub through this, you can see, there he goes. Now, it looks like he's smaller, the image. It's just an artifact of the custom motion. Don't worry about it. It'll work okay. The only thing else I want to do is I actually want to stop him, let's say, at about 4 seconds. I want to, that's what I really want the zoom in effect. Well, actually, the zoom in, I guess, back in the picture effect to stop. So I'm just going to create a keyframe. And I'm going to go back on this for a second. Right click, this is the end keyframe, and choose copy. And I can either click on this keyframe or you can do these go to previous keyframes. So I'm on the previous keyframe. I'm now going to right click again and choose paste. So now these two here are exactly the same. So now you can see how it's going to work. He's going to zoom back into the picture and stay there for about a second. So back to start, project, and hit play, and there he goes. Now, I like the background to be, excuse me again, to be blurred a little bit. Got the morning crud. So let's go back and let's put the blur effect on the background image. Click on the background, choose FX, and soft focus. Here it is. Grab it, drag it down, and stick it onto the photo background. Double click on it, brings up the ability to edit it. We'll go to custom filter. And it also has keyframes, and right now it's the same all the way through the blur. So first, I don't want the blur as strong as it is to start with. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to pull it down. Starts right there. Now keep in mind that it's going to get blurry as it moves along because this last keyframe still has the original setting. That last keyframe, I want it to be no blur. And also, I said about a second, so I want that to be that way starting about a second prior to the end. So I'll set it right about there. Now, I can go ahead and just drag this to 0. That'll work. And see, it creates a keyframe automatically. So now I actually have these two ends. You can also do a Control-C and a Control-V, the copy and paste option as well on these keyframes. And this is the new blue tool, soft focus. It comes in both the Pro and the Ultra version. So I'm click OK. Back up. And now here it goes. See how it does. See the blur is going away. Yep. Now you just saw, because I'm on the clip, you just saw the photo itself. Now let's do the whole project, and we'll see both clips together. So there he goes. And done. That's it. That's how you do it. Hope you enjoyed it.